What's up, people? Today we're going to talk about the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk's weakest link, the transfer case. That's right, the transfer case is the Trackhawk's Achilles heel. So let's back up a little bit and talk about the vehicle that I have right now. I have a 2018 Trackhawk with 27,447 miles right now, going on 2 years with it. I've had zero warranty issues, but I've had a few weird glitches arise, like our blind spot monitoring thing happened for like a day or two where it just stopped working. It was the weirdest thing. Forward collision warning would go off. Don't know whatever caused that. That stopped happening. We did break an axle, but we were modified, not in relation to the vehicle being stock. I don't know of any Trackhawks that have broken an axle at the track stock. I don't know of anybody other than the modified guys and gals that have had an axle failure modified. However, service electronic stability control. Okay? Say it with me. Service electronic stability control. This thing that popped up. Well, I don't know what's the root cause right now. I don't know if it's definitely my transfer case taking a poo-poo, because it's in the Trackhawk community, the weakest link, that the consensus is, the overall consensus is that the transfer case, well, I can't say what I want to say about it, is crap. Stock guys, I'm not talking about modified, all right? Bone stock Trackhawks with transfer case issues. One gentleman drove it from the dealership to his house, had a transfer case issue. Another one, 300 miles, transfer case failure. Another one, 1,700 miles, transfer case failure. Another guy, 3,000 miles, transfer case failure. These are all stock, okay? One gentleman that I was conversing with back and forth on the Facebook group, Team Trackhawk on Facebook. If you're a Trackhawk owner, I suggest you join it. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 3 times he's had to replace his Trackhawk, or transfer case. That's right. That is insane. Let's talk about how much that costs. So, you're looking at roughly, with installation, a little over $3,000 per transfer case, out of pocket. If you're covered under warranty, woo! If you're not, Demon Performance sells a Paramount transfer case. I highly recommend reaching out to Skip, contacting him if you need one. It's $26.50 shipped free. You will have to ship your core back to him, okay? So with installation, you're looking at $3,400–3,500 bucks, in that range, okay? And I don't know of anybody that has had a Paramount transfer case installed that's had any major failures. Now, you don't know much about Demon Performance. Demon Performance has the world's fastest Jeep. World's fastest Jeep. So they know a thing or two about Jeeps. And I trust this guy's opinion and his expertise on what parts are good for the vehicle. The first person I reached out to when this issue started last weekend was my buddy Josh over at HHP. That's my go-to shop. I'm not gonna just call one place. I want to make sure I get multiple opinions and tell them what's going on. So I spoke to Josh. I spoke to Greg down there. They even got Tracy involved, who does all the installation work. And the general consensus was, hey, you know what? If it's the transfer case, first things first, get it on a lift somewhere and have them inspected. See if maybe it could be a wire. It could be something simple. And I'll touch back on that in a minute. But most importantly, determine whether or not it's actually a transfer case. Now, if it is, all they're going to do at HHP is replace the transfer case themselves, and that's it. So I don't need a Hemi shop to do this work. So my second call was over to Dunfab Motorsports. Chase and Evan over there are awesome. They're located in Pensacola, New Jersey, right over the bridge from me. They've done tons of work for me and other Trackhawk owners and other Jeep SRT owners. You know about them because I talk about them all the time. I reached out to them, told them what was going on, set up an appointment with them for this coming Monday, the 6th, July 6th. We're going to have it up on the lift. I also reached out to Brianna at B. Woody Performance. I spoke to her. I spoke to their dealership about the warranty issue. I spoke to a lot of people about this. Now, for this particular issue, for mine, let me just tell you what happened. I was at a farm, an alpaca farm. Here's me with my cool-ass alpaca. I know you're jealous. Right there. Not everybody gets to walk an alpaca. So you're there, all right? So we were out walking alpacas because that's what the kids wanted to do. And when you're a family man, you make the family happy. But at this farm, I had to pull off the road onto this little grassy area. And it was wet. It had rained earlier in the day. On our way out of the farm, I had the wheel turned hard to the left to get off the grass, and she started slipping. I just fluttered the gas just a little bit and spun them unintentionally. Wasn't trying to do it, but there's a lot of power going down. Thanks, HHP. And, you know, she started skipping sideways, and it was uneven surface. Bam! The chime came on. This chime. And, you know, service electronic stability control after this incident. Now, that does not necessarily mean transfer case related. That could be wheel hub, shock. I could have pinched, broken, or exposed a wire. I do know that there was an exposed looking wire, or a wire that was slightly frayed, that was pointed out to me while we were at Dunfab Motorsports for our brakes, that it didn't look like it was grounding. They secured it. This could be the cause. Who knows? What else? Let me get all the way over. That could be our issue. There could be all sorts of things causing this. Our first step is to get it up on a lift on Monday. Our next step is to order the parts that we may or may not need. I don't like when people tailgate me. I really don't. So, and as you can see, I can continue to drive my vehicle, which is another thing. I don't think it is the transfer case necessarily. I don't know. There's no binding. You know, when I put the wheel hard over, I don't hear anything different. It's fine. I don't have an engine light on. All I have is a message stored telling me that I need to service my electronic stability control. Like I said, when this all happened on Saturday, I got my fingers stretched and went right on the internets and started searching this issue. I just go check it out for yourself. Go right to Google and type in Trackhawk, service electronic stability control. And if you're a Trackhawk owner, be prepared to be shocked. There are a lot of transfer case issues within the Trackhawk community. And I'm not talking about modified. I'm talking about bone stock owners. It's a shame. So, I'm not trying to deter anybody from purchasing one of these. I would absolutely recommend buying one of these vehicles. Every vehicle is going to have an issue that's going to be identified, maybe recall work, or there may be, you know, software updates that come to fruition. Every brand is like that. I'm not a brand loyal, just no par, no par. I don't do that crap. I just do that on hashtags for Instagram because it helps get exposure. You know, as far as brand loyalty. I love all cars. I love Fords, Chevys, the Nissan, the GTR. I mean, I love fast cars, okay? Are aesthetically pleasing to the eye vehicles. Again, so I'm not trying to dissuade anybody with this conversation. I am trying to make it known what you can look out for. There have been some serious problems. We are going to resolve this one way or another. There is a rear bumper module or sensor that could become corroded. That's another thing that could be causing this. There is, let's see if I can get around this guy up here. Damn it. There is, there's a multitude of things. I don't want to keep repeating myself, okay? I'm getting a little distracted. Anyway, listen. If you're thinking about buying one of these, I totally recommend it. Absolutely love the vehicle. It's a headache right now because this is my first major warranty issue, but obviously it's not covered under warranty since modified. We don't know what the root cause is. We'll figure that out starting on Monday at Dunfab Motorsports. I do plan on ordering the Paramount transfer case from Skip over at Demon Performance. If you're wondering how much that costs, it's $26.50 ship freight. And you'll have to find a reliable shop to install it. If you're in the Philadelphia area, I recommend Dunfab Motorsports. They're in Pensacola, New Jersey. If you're in the Delaware area, I recommend High Horse Performance. Contact Josh or Greg or anyone down there to set up an appointment. Again, these things happen. So, hope you somewhat enjoyed this conversation. I hope it didn't scare anybody away. If you have any questions for me, you can shoot me a message below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If I didn't cover something or I over-covered something, I don't know. Shoot below. I'll try to respond to everybody. Before you go, did I say doe? Before you go, though, please hit that like button. Hit the little bell notification next to it. Down here, check out this cool graphic that I found on the internet. And click subscribe. Last but not least, you guys and girls all be safe. We're going to get through this. We always have in the past. No big deal. It's just going to cost a little penny. Last and foremost, you guys be safe. I'm out.